Well, hey, I'm Allison, and I play V, the Goliath Druid Barbarian on the kids' table. If you've been enjoying our content, I wonder if you would take a minute today to support us with a like, comment, follow, or subscribe on our social media accounts, or by visiting our Ko-fi site at ko-fi.com/thekidstablednd. On this site, you can donate as little as $1 to help us make the necessary upgrades to continue providing the best content possible to our followers. Thank you so much for helping to get the word out and for being a part of the team, bringing more kids to the table.
Previously on the kids' table,
Don't get a low number.
after losing the goddess of knowledge, our heroes stand resolved.
Let's go to Crane's Rest.
Take back Crane's Rest, rid its steeple of Fuldmock's corrupting influence, and free Ismiene.
Well, I'm not.
And somehow, Rosalie even convinced Seren to come along too.
You're clearly the only one who's intelligent enough to know how to use this thing.
But how will they prepare for this most dangerous of tasks? Find out on this episode of
Wait, what?
The Kids' Table.
Seren comes to you all that next morning and says, "So, what's the plan?"
I
Not the goal.
kind of just like address the general group and I say, I think it would be super cool if we went to go visit the Lady of the Underground, and I look like very intensely at Seren to see like what kind of reaction he has.
Because remember,
Because there's
she knows.
we know that there's something there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like,
Roll an insight check for me, Rosalie.
Can I roll?
DM says to himself, these
go for
people
it.
forget
me too.
nothing.
I know. This
Me
is
too.
good.
D20?
8,
plus 0.
0.
I'm rolling.
Go for it. Well,
Wait, you just add one more.
8. Okay. Roll.
Oh, no. 10, 13, 15.
Seren says, "Why should we go talk to the Lady of the Underground?"
She was very
Hey,
helpful and
there's
kind to us
something.
last time. I think it would be nice to visit her before we go off again.
Don't you know her? She knows you.
I don't understand why you're pushing going to visit this woman so much. Shouldn't we hightail it over to Crane's Rest as quick as we can? In fact, I was thinking maybe some of the shorter folk here could ride the direwolves.
The Lady of the Underground, we were sent to her that she would help us anytime by the Goddess of Knowledge. And during that time, we ran a perception check or insight check. What did we run? We did something.
Insight that you recognize.
We
Also,
recognized
medicine.
that the Lady of the Underground wasn't as forthcoming. She pretended she didn't know Seren, but we could tell that she did, and she didn't let us know why. And so
Because she didn't want
we think they do know each
Seren.
other.
Seren, do you know this woman? Do y'all have some past history? Some past relationship?
I mean, she helps people in the underground. I've seen her from afar a few times.
Well, and
V, if you want to roll an insight check, since you're the only one who hasn't gotten to.
With advantage, maybe?
No.
So bad, it's like 6.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know who this lady is. You barely know who this guy is. You don't. Yeah.
I am lost. I have no idea what's going on or what those lights back in that cave was. I never left my forest before a week ago.
I'm just a poor, simple country farmer.
Yeah.
So you're going to the Lady of the Underground?
Yeah.
So you guys make your way back down to the underground, back down the V. Walking through this city, there are mountains to the north, which you know because that's where vaguely you remember camping. There's a big castle that sort of dominates the skyline there. You walk through the Arches district, which are these big, beautiful stone archways facing in all different directions that is sort of a bazaar at this point. You make your way down to the quarter of the city where you can enter the underground, this big, huge stairway that just goes down into the ground. And reveals this city underneath the city. And you make your way to White Hand Hall, which is where the Lady of the Underground is. And she is there, in fact. And you come in with Seren and V and the direwolves. And she looks up and she says, "Oh, hello. It's all you. How's it? How are you all doing?
Horrible.
Horrible. Why
We have
horrible?
to go somewhere dangerous.
Where do you have to go? That's dangerous.
Crane's Rest that has now been sort of like controlled. No,
Controlled?
no,
Oh my stars.
jump
Well, I
up.
see that the four of you found Seren and
Yeah, this guy.
somebody else. I'm sorry. And she looks at you, V.
Well, my name is V. Very pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Well, it's nice to meet you too. I'll see if I can get a Goliath-sized chair in here for you. Something I can be helping you people. Oh, you were just talking about Crane's Rest. Yeah, no, I've heard that the town had been captured by some forces. A ship had escaped actually.
The goddess of power, the god of power, and the god of knowledge. Not the god of secrets. I mean.
Well, the God of Secrets is involved. You told me about you told me that Fullmarkt was up to something. I didn't.
Wait,
The God of Secrets is helping him now too. That could be very dangerous. That combination, power and secrets.
We found like another steeple and there was like a little panel and there were 3 dark gray
Let's just say this. You tell her all of the things, right? You tell her where you found it. You tell her about the steeple. You tell her all the stuff.
yeah.
Great. So she says sometimes that's a way to sort of skip ahead in the story if you just
We're
want to say
doing a
that.
fast forward.
Just do a little fast forward. So she says, so the goddess of knowledge has been sealed away. And at this point, Seren speaks up. She doesn't really acknowledge Seren. Seren says,
Huh?
yeah, it'd probably be a good idea if somebody, went and sent, somebody to protect that, well, and you can see that he's sort of fumbling for words, and the lady takes a breath and says, all right, I'll talk to some people and see if we can get that place protected.
I don't know.
So you going to Crane's Rest has to do with perhaps unsealing the goddess of knowledge. But in fact, I had heard that that Crane's Rest had been taken over by forces. That a ship had escaped actually and docked here a couple of days ago. It was a couple of Dragonborn that were telling a story about how Crane's Rest had been captured.
That was horrible. That is my mom and my dad and maybe my little brother who is 6.
Oh.
Wait, he's 6?
That's your family. Well, I think that what I've heard is that the ship is down at the docks. You could go say hi to them.
Are you talking we have a little house on a boat. Is there is the ship that escaped the one with the house?
Well, I'm sorry, I haven't seen the boat. I know that the woman, I don't remember what her name was. She's.
But there was a woman that's
She was presented to the court. I heard. She talked to some guards, and she was presented to the king and the queen.
Well, Six Tails, we should go see her right now. I'm sure she's worried sick about you.
Apparently, she landed at the docks, and she told some of the city guard that were down there about Crane's Rest, and they thought it was a big enough deal that they brought her directly to the palace, and the guards talked to the chamberlain, and the chamberlain talked to the king and the queen, and they heard her story. She's being taken care of. I think. I imagine she's back down on her boat right now.
Where is my dad and my brother?
I'm sorry, I've only heard about the woman.
Oh,
If they really are your family, maybe you should go and see.
Yes, I agree. We should go to the docks because we can find more information about Crane's Rest and be more prepared.
Great. So you make your way back up into the city. It's it's getting around noontime at this point. You make your way down to the docks and ask around, and you're pointed to the very end of the docks where some of the smaller boats are. Pass a boat, and then Six Tails, you see a houseboat
Yay!
that looks very familiar.
Yay!
And out on the dock, or out on the deck of the boat, fishing, is a silver-scaled dragonborn.
Okay,
And a little copper dragonborn next to her. You recognize Flowing Stream and Wind Through Trees. What do you do?
Hey, hug them. I run to them and say, "Hi, Mom."
On the dock, or on the wooden slats of the dock, and you see Wind Through Trees turns around first and says, It's Six Sails! Six Sails! And he gets so excited that he falls off the boat. And then he pops back up and he's just sort of floating. Mom, it's Six Sails! Ma, it's Six Sails! And she turns around really slowly and she sees you, and you can just see her like gasp for a second, like, and she sort of forgets about to Wind Through Trees for a second and runs across the boat to you and sweeps you up in the biggest hug. And she says, "Oh, you're okay. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. How are you? What is your father with you?"
There was I don't know how to explain it, but in episode 2, there was
She says episode 2.
There was a little battle on the top of the sacred hill, and my dad fainted, so we're gonna go check up there to see.
Wait. Okay, calm down. So Dad's not with you.
No, I'm afraid not.
That's okay. And she scoops you up in a hug and says, "You're safe. That's okay. That's okay."
But
And then she sees all the rest of you, and she doesn't know Rosalie and V. You've never met her. She doesn't know Seren or the wolves for sure, but she does know the two of you. She says,
dire wolves.
"Oh, you? Oh, Sophia!" And she hugs you too. You escaped too. How did you escape? Did you help Six Tails?
Of course.
We helped each other.
I can't believe it. I'm so happy to see you three
Wow.
and your
Did she
friends.
hug
I'm sorry.
me? She didn't hug
What's your name?
My name's Rosalie. We might have passed each other at the festival. I'm not sure.
You were at the festival. No, I wasn't at the festival.
I see.
Wind Through. Oh, get out of there! And she scoops down into the water. And Wind Through Trees at this point is just like doing a little backstroke in the water. And she scoops him back out of the water and she says, "Go dry off." And then she looks up at you, V, with the wolves and says, "Oh, hi. You're..." And looks back at you, Six Tails. Is she with you too?
Yes. Yep.
Hi, I'm Flowing Stream.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am. My name's V.
Nice to meet you too.
She used to be with us.
Go back to the beginning. And so let's say you tell her everything. Do you tell her about the goddess of knowledge? I mean,
The
yeah,
goddess
you're talking. Yeah, you tell her everything. So you tell her the whole story. And she says, at the end of that story, she goes, "You're okay?
Yes.
Okay. You all, thank you for protecting my son. I don't understand half of what you just said. This sounds very big.
Big,
But-
like.
If what you're saying is right, then Dad's probably back at Crane's Rest.
Where it is
And you
dangerous.
all are going there?
Excuse me, ma'am. Might I suggest something? If it's all right with you, perhaps my compatriots could catch a ride on your boat back to Crane's Rest and get there quicker. I may not fit, that's okay, but at least the rest of the party can go.
I'm already way ahead of you. V, was it? Yeah. No. Shen, you can see her doing a little bit of thinking in her head for a second. She says,
Wait.
No. 3 days. It'll be fine. We'll all fit. You might need to sleep out here on the deck if that's okay, ma'am. But no. I'm going back. I'm not entirely sure what happened back at Crane's Rest, but when you and your dad left to go up to the festival, Wind Through Trees was asleep in the house because he was sick. All of a sudden, I just got this feeling like the water was moving in ways it doesn't usually at the docks. And I looked out and there were these big boats coming in, which didn't seem right. So I got out. Your dad and I have an agreement. If anything ever happens to the town, we have to protect you kids.
Yeah.
And this was the best way I could protect Winthrop Trees. I untied the boat and we slipped out. And I could hear in the distance the bell ringing in the town when the ships landed. So something bad must have happened. I can't leave him there, especially if he's under control like you were, V. If you guys have a plan,
Oh, and we have
this
the
is
talisman.
we gotta go back.
Yeah.
You ready to go now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that where we're ending?
So she unties, and you can see when you saw her approaching, she looked kind of sad. When you've met her before, Serena and Sophia, you know, she's just a mom. Like, you know, she does a little bit of fishing, but she mostly just takes care. You see now, though, as she's starting to get her feet under her, she starts giving you guys orders on how to get the ship ready to move. She starts yelling to the dock workers.
She's not just a mom.
She's not just a mom, in fact. And you realize this, Sophia, as also a mom. As you're running around getting things done, you go into the house for just a second, and you see above one of the windows this beautiful longbow on just hanging there.
Longbow.
And you know,
Like
you
a
saw
beautiful
six hooks. You was with a harpoon. Six tails has a short bow. You're pretty sure this longbow belongs to Flying String. She gives you orders. She gets the boat ready, and she looks at all of you, and she looks at you and says, "You ready for this?"
Yes.
And you push off the dock, and you are sailing on your way to Crane's Rest.
And so our heroes sail away from the capital city of Trepania, on their way to free the goddess, their loved ones, and their home. It sounds like a daunting task. Sure would be nice if they had some help from up above.
In the sky, far above the town of Crane's Rest, the god of the oceans, Mori Wardas, listens as his compatriots among the lesser gods bicker amongst themselves. I do not even think that we should be meeting like this, talking like this. Surely they'll find out. No, they cannot hear us right now. I have protected this space so that we may converse. Oh, I don't know what we're supposed to do, though. They're too powerful. We're just assigned to the lesser tasks. We're assigned to each of our own little things. What are we supposed to do? And on and on and on, back and forth, until finally Mori Wardas speaks up and says, guys, I can't let this pass. This is my town, my territory, and I think I have a plan. I think I know a way that we can bring her back. But I think it starts with this group. Let me tell you why. And Mori Wardas begins to spin a plan amongst the lesser gods, focused on one thing: a dragon.